Arkansas has already seen more fire-related deaths this year than this time last year. The state says many of these deaths have one thing in common: a home without a working smoke alarm. 5 News reporter Taylor Howard in the studio tonight to explain why firefighters say a simple alarm could make the difference between life and death. Taylor?
Yeah, Darren, when I spoke with Rogers Fire Chief Dusty Qualls, he told me the hardest part is knowing victims may have more time to escape if a smoke alarm had been working.
So far this year, Arkansas has seen 28 fire-related deaths, already surpassing this time last year. And the Arkansas State Fire Marshal's office says only 2 of those deadly fires happened in homes with working smoke alarms. Firefighters say that's what makes these deaths especially frustrating.
That it's preventable. It could be simple, how to fix the problem, with the solution being just these checking of the system, having an exit plan.
Chief Qualls says crews have responded to several fires where homes didn't have alarms at all, or alarms that were no longer working. He says many people assume their smoke detector is fine without ever checking it.
Make sure that they work. Just doing a system check, a simple checking your batteries, hitting the button, make sure it sounds, and making sure it's not expired.
The State Fire Marshal's office say many smoke alarms expire after about 10 years, and dead batteries continue to be a major issue they see in deadly fires across Arkansas. They're encouraging you to regularly check batteries every 6 months and create a fire escape plan before an emergency happens.
Smoke detectors are really essential, the early alert for the residents, and get them out before the heat and the fire build up.
Qualls says something as simple as planning 2 ways out of each room and choosing a meeting spot outside the home can save critical time during a fire. He also wants families to know many local fire departments offer free smoke alarm and safety checks for people who need them.
That's your 24/7 nose in your home to alert you something's going on.
Chief Qualls says help is always available to those who need it.
What kind of help are we talking about here, Taylor?
Well, that's the big question, Darren. One thing Chief Qualls stressed is that if you need help installing or checking a smoke alarm, don't be afraid to ask for it. He says many departments offer free smoke alarms and can help install them, especially for older adults or people who may have difficulty doing it themselves. So if you're not sure if your alarms are working, now is a good time to check them or reach out to your local fire department for help.
Okay. All right, Taylor, thanks. Appreciate that. We do have an update tonight. After a man drowned at Bluff Hole Park in Mulberry yesterday, police have identified the victim as 20-year-old Taylor Roebuck of Fort Smith. Police say he drowned yesterday trying to swim across the river at Bluff Hole. They say friends and bystanders tried to save him, but were not able to reach him in time. Now, the incident comes as the Army Corps of Engineers urging you to take extra precautions before getting into the water this summer.
So we just want to make sure that people are always wearing their life jackets when on or near water. Make sure you inspect them before heading out. Look to see if there's tears, rip. Whenever you're out swimming, you want to stick to designated swim areas and make sure you're never swimming alone, kind of like using the buddy system. Make sure someone's with you at all times.
Corps says strong currents, fatigue, and unknown water conditions can quickly turn dangerous even for experienced swimmers. After a Fort Smith police officer was shot in the neck during a DWI stop, the board of directors now talking about changing how city pays injured officers. Right now, city employees injured at work get their regular pay for the first 30 days. Anytime beyond that, though, workers' comp is an option, covering about 2/3 of their regular pay. To make up the difference, workers would have to use leftover PTO or sick pay time. City Director Lee Kemp, though, says that's not enough for employees who are critically injured and hospitalized while serving the city.
The current plan is not enough. We need to do better. We need to take care of all our employees. When they're doing their job and they're critically injured and hospitalized, we need to do the right thing.
Kim says the change would apply to any city employee critically injured during their job. He expects directors to vote on the issue sometime next month. Officer Newman, by the way, still in critical but stable condition, according to the latest update from Fort Smith Police. The Washington Regional Medical System has announced plans to lay off workers amid what they call mounting financial pressure. Fayetteville-based hospital says at least 86 workers will be impacted, but they do not expect any disruptions to patient care. They say it's all because of rising labor and supply costs that are affecting hospitals not only here but nationwide. Hospital had its bond rating dropped in March because of sustained operating losses. It follows another local hospital restructure, Baptist Health in Fort Smith, which is also led to 190 employees and 10 departments being impacted. Paris's police chief is stepping down after taking a position with the Logan County Sheriff's Office. It leaves the city with a limited police force. Jared Petz was appointed 3 years ago. Paris Mayor Daniel Rogers says the department will continue to work as normal, but says while he's searching for a new chief, there is a chance the city will enter into an agreement with the county to provide police presence. No word on when that agreement is going to be discussed. Tyson Foods has announced a new CEO and president. Donnie King will step down from the top role in October after 43 years at the helm of the Springdale-based company. Board of Directors member Jeff Schomburger will take over for King. He's been with the company since 2016. Was previously the global sales officer at Procter & Gamble. Tyson says King will remain on the board and will work closely with Schomburger. Well, many Razorback fans have flocked across state lines to Oklahoma City to witness softball take the field for their first ever College World Series. And one of those fans is a girl we introduced you to this year. She's a high school pitcher from Glen Rose who's battling cancer. Maya Ellison shares some big news and a surprise that Presley will remember forever.
For Presley Clarity, this story starts at the age of 4.
My parents just kind of put me in it, and I really fell in love with it. Then later, when I was 8, I became a pitcher.
And she never looked back. What makes her so unique as a player?
I think when she's on the mound, she is very focused. She doesn't let anything rattle her.
I have ice her blood, and I love playing the role of a pitcher. You control the game.
That mentality made her unstoppable as a Glen Rose freshman. But right before the new season began, the unimaginable happened.
Well, she actually found it. Presley did in her neck on Christmas Eve, matter of fact. And the doctor, her PCP, was very proactive and decided to go ahead and get an ultrasound ordered and an x-ray done.
Presley was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, a cancer affecting the lymphatic system.
You know, her being diagnosed, it was just, it was traumatizing, you know, for her and us as a family.
At first, we just really didn't know what anything looked like, what her journey would be, how hard it would be.
But for Presley, the hardest part isn't the treatment. It's
not being able to play softball.
And she's never let go of her first love, using the diamond as an escape to practice day to day.
Practicing softball kind of helps me get away from this. Gets my mind off things.
Her resilience caught the eyes of 80,000 viewers, including ESPN's Holly Rowe.
One of her assistants reached out after one of my videos went viral, and eventually Holly contacted me. She FaceTimed me and she told me I was going to the World Series.
Presley and her family gifted with an all-expense-paid trip to this year's Women College World Series, courtesy of Rose Foundation, Joy and Us.
It's a dream come true for her, you know, to get to go watch softball because it's her life and her passion.
And on Thursday, the big day finally arrived. Surrounded by family, doctors, and nurses, her community sent her off in style. Getting to the World Series, what are you most excited about?
First, spending time with my family and just the atmosphere.
For Presley, this moment is a reflection of a journey defined by one rule: never give up.
There is light in the darkness, and just be strong.
Was Maya Ellison reporting. Presley and her family left this afternoon, by the way, to go to Oklahoma City. They are expected to attend the Hogs next game. She says when she returns, she just has 2 more treatments left.